Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today it's going to be a match between Jaedong and Counteract here on Match Point. I'm not entirely sure that I've cast a match on this map before, but let's go ahead and get familiar with it. It is a weird map. Okay, so top right-hand corner we have the white Zerg player Counteract. Bottom left we have the red Zerg player Jaedong. And we'll keep an eye on that production tab. But this is your natural. Okay, so there's one ramp leading into your natural, up to your main. It is a huge main. Nobody going pool, nobody going for pool. Just to make sure. Okay, so this is your third base. Little narrow entryway here. Pretty easy to wall off, but you can get shelled by tanks or dragoons from here to your mineral line, so not very safe. And yeah, these are the other two spawn locations, and there's not very many places. Oh, hang on a second, is this a spawn location? No, this is a two-player map, not a four-player map. So okay, so this is an expansion location, this is an expansion location, and these are mineral only expansion locations. Alright, cool. It's a big, huge area here. Very good for surrounds, but I'm not entirely sure that Zergs care about that. And let's go ahead and turn the Fog of War back on. And alright, here we go. So yeah, no pool here from either player. And it looks like, yep, Jaedong is going hatch first here at 12 supply. Nothing too weird about that. And looks like Counteract is also going to go hatch first here. Bam, at 12 supply. So he's later is the problem. In the early stages, it matters a lot, you guys. It matters a whole ton. Who is first if you're going the exact same builds? Jaedong's going to have the edge in larva production, and therefore in drone production, and therefore in economy over his opponent. I don't know anything about this Counteract guy, you guys. I checked on the Smurf list. I Googled his name. Nothing comes up for anybody named Counteract. So I got this replay pack off of the Foreign Brood War Discord server, which again, if you'd like to be invited to there, let me know. I'll put a link in the description. But a pretty friendly place, for sure. Lots of VODs, access to replays of your own. If you're interested in where I get some of these, that's going to be a place to go. It's basically bwreplays.com. bwreplays.com. Sometimes I abbreviate that, strangely. Also, teamliquid.net. If you search for old Brood War replays, they're out there. And then the Foreign Brood War Discord server. That's the other location. And then this Gosu Gamers pack that I was able to receive, which has been a source of a lot of great replays too. I should throw up another one of those soon, huh? Gotta get on that list and see what I can find. Anyway, this is your ZVZ. I did promise a Jaedong ZVZ on the channel recently. Somebody called me out on it, and so here it is, ready to rock. That is a quick layer 2 here from Jaedong, which indicates that we might start seeing some mutalisks from him. Mutas are pretty popular in ZVZ. Same story here from Counteract. So nobody's going for really crazy link pressure. Nobody's going for like Hydras, anything at this stage of the game. We are going directly into lair here, and everybody just kind of hanging out for the time being, droning up pretty hard at a 16 to 18 supply. Again, Jaedong has a tiny lead. Not sure how much it matters here. We do have some lings cruising on out now from Jaedong, but a creep colony here that can be sunken fairly quickly. These lings will get here, have to deal with some defensive lings as well as a sunken. Might have a hard time with it, but at the same time, Counteract, okay, he's making 4 more. 2 lings is not enough here to handle this. He saw this. Why is he coming out? Oh, he's going to try to wall this off with his 4 lings, so only a handful of Jaedong's lings can get in here at a time. He's trying to make some good trades, and he's doing pretty well at it. Pull back to the sunken. There we go. He's whittled down Jaedong's ling count a little bit, and now Jaedong can't do anything with this. That was a fantastic play out of Counteract. Got here. It's a very narrow ramp. You can wall it off with 3 or 4 lings. Forced an attack there where he was able to group up on a couple of Jaedong's lings, whittle it down, and then come back, fall back to the sunken, and I think he might be ahead at this point just based on that. His lings were later. He made some additional drones. His saturation looks to be like it might be a little bit better just off the fly here. Kind of hard to tell, but both players are going Spire regardless. Metabolic boost on the way from Counteract. He wants to get some ling speed here, whereas Jaedong seems to have skipped ling speed entirely. As, yeah, man, these are the... Oh, never mind. Speed looks like it is done. All right. So does... Yeah, man. We're good to go here. So both players do have speed for their lings. Both players are going for spires. It's going to be Muta versus Muta battles here. Creep colonies and spore colonies are going to have something to do with this. But Scourge hits are going to be a big part of it as well. So Lings running around like they own the joint here. Big number out there. Defensive Lings for Jaedong, again, taking advantage of the fact they can wall off the top of this ramp. And, oh, coming in the back door, though. Holy smokes, I didn't realize there was a back door. That's hilarious. Now we have Lings fighting. Counteract doing a pretty good job taking fights that are good for him. And not just throwing his Lings willy-nilly, right? Not just throwing them into their deaths, but, oh my gosh, no way. No way are they going to snipe the Spire. It's not possible, is it? Is it possible? 96 HP. It is not possible, but it is really susceptible to getting sniped by Mutalisks at this point. Holy crap, that's amazing. 5 Mutas on the way from Counteract. 5 on the way from Jaedong right now with a couple Scourge in the mix as well. Jaedong is up overall 35 to 27. Counteract threw away a ton of Lings trying to snipe down that Spire and couldn't do it. And that might be actually what kills him here, is throwing those Lings away in an attempt to do something that he wasn't able to do. That would have been huge for this game to take down that Spire, but he didn't. And like I'm saying, if some Mutas fly in there, they can take it down pretty darn easily. There's not much to stop that from happening, but the problem is if your Mutas fly out, then Jaedong's Mutas fly in. Additionally, this is just more Lings. More Lings on the ground from Jaedong. He's doing the same trick that Counteract did to him, coming around, down this ramp, up this back way. You can't hold this ramp if the Lings are coming in that back direction. Mutas, Scourge flying around, doesn't really want to commit with this quite yet. Nobody really wants to commit it at all at this stage, and I take it back. Jaedong's saturation, well, you know what? No. His natural saturation is exactly one guy. All right, so Lings cruising on in here. The Mutas are trying to kill them. Meanwhile, Jaedong's Scourge are flying on in here as well. Oh, so many units going down. So many Mutas here right now for Jaedong. Also, the Scourge are going to be a huge play here. Counteract is in a ton of trouble, and that's your good game. Counteract taps out. He doesn't have the Muta count. He doesn't have the Scourge count. And that's all she wrote. Jaedong gets the win there. That is going to go ahead and lead into our second game, though. There is another one with Jaedong versus another Zerg. I believe it's Counteract as well. I need to actually look at that. I'm pretty sure that it is. Yeah, anyway, yeah, that's ZVZ for you. If you're wondering, hey Falcon, why don't you cast more ZVZ? Because it's like 7 minutes. They're like 7-minute games, and it just turns into this. Jaedong had more Mutalisks and more Scourge, and he won. That's it. Counteract threw away all of his Lings, trying to snipe down the Spire. He couldn't do it. Therefore, Jaedong's Lings were hugely important and wiped out every single drone that Counteract had. And then it didn't matter how many Mutas there were because the economy was just hugely in favor of Jaedong from that point. So it's a bit of a chess match is all it is. Counteract opened well. He really opened well, but made the decision to try to take down the Spire. Didn't do it. Lost all his Lings. And that was it. He was done at that point. He didn't have the defense to deal with the counterattack of Jaedong, the Lings. And just economically, Jaedong was in a better place. Had more Mutas. Had a bunch of Scourge. Called it good. And again, just the fact that we opened up with Jaedong getting his hatch down faster and his pool down faster just tells me he was doing better, making drones on time to get to where he wanted them, and then making Mutalisks on time too. So Jaedong, just a better player here. Let's go ahead and move into game number 2. All right, I lied. It's going to be Effort, and it's going to be Gladiator versus Jaedong in game number 2 here. And let's go ahead and check out this map real quick before the game starts. It's Gladiator, and all roads lead to here. Double Vespine, double minerals, but no. 3 and 3 is 6, and every single other expansion has at least 6 mineral patches, so hope you like getting shelled by tanks or dragoons or lurkers, and hopefully you can hold on to it here. It's a 4-player map, as near as I can tell. Top right, top left, bottom right, expansions all around the sides. Got some mineral-only expansions in here, too. So much wide open space here. Ramps with, like, triangles? Anyway, it's very, very strange indeed. So let's get the Fog of War back on here. Bottom right, it's Effort, the red Zerg player, considered by some to be the best Zerg player on planet Earth in 2019. And in the top right-hand corner, the teal Zerg player, Jaedong, considered the best Zerg player of all time. It's a different thing, right? Oh, what's this pool? 9 pool. 9 pool there from Effort. And it looks like, going for gas first. Jaedong's is going to be a little bit later here. Looks like about a 10 gas based on that, maybe 9 gas. Into, is he saving up? He's saving up those minerals. It looks about a 9 pool as well. So just got his gas a little bit sooner, and his pool is going to be later here. So we just swapped, basically. Pool first into gas for effort. Gas first into pool here for Jaedong. So it looks like we'll have some Lings a little bit earlier for effort here, but it is a 4-player map, and it's a big one. Lucky for him, his Sloverlord is scouting the right direction. So that is really useful. And in general, effort is probably going to be a better match for Jaedong here. I don't know if Jaedong's going to win this one, whereas in the last match where he's playing against somebody I'd never heard of before, there was a decent chance Jaedong was going to come out on top there. But against effort, again, in a fairly recent match, because again, the replays I get from the foreign Brood War Discord server tend to be more recent, within the last couple of years or so, as compared to the ones I find on BW replays or out on Team Liquid. Anyway, got 3, oh, that's 3 sets of Lings. Dang, he's going 6 Lings already, and he knows. He can see them now. He's just coming up on the creep. The Lings are getting out of here. And again, it's a ramp down into your main, which is always a weird feature when there is, but cruising on up, and that pool is done, and defensive Lings are here. So Jaedong is fine. He's also going for a very quick lair. Effort doing the same story here, though. So we're basing it here. Going for a lair. This has to be a rush to Mutalisk while trying to stay alive with as few Lings as possible, just so you have enough resources for those Mutas. But holy smokes, the Lings of effort are here, but the Lings of Jaedong, they are in good numbers too. So it's going to come down to micro at this point here. We'll go ahead and get the health bars on for some of these units anyway. Defensive Lings are present. I don't think Jaedong is going to get anything done here at all. He does have more Lings cruising on up, though, but guess who's got more Lings in production? It is also Jaedong. So I think we're fine. I think the aggression has been met. I really don't think anything crazy is going to happen here. Nobody's going to lose just to Lings. Ah, decent hits there from Jaedong's Lings, though. If your Lings are on hold position, you can actually lose a couple there without noticing, unfortunately. But yeah, we are down to a handful of Lings each. We've got some guys cruising around the top side of the map here just trying to avoid each other, which is absolutely hilarious. And there we go. Jaedong gets rid of the threat. There's an Overlord scouting stuff here. Spire on the way from Jaedong. And Spire just now getting started here from effort. So, Jaedong's Spire is faster. His gas income looks a little bit better too, because again, he started that gas sooner. Therefore, he is going to have more gas for more mutas when the time comes, and also his Spire will be done sooner. That's sometimes all it comes down to in these mirror matchups, is can you get stuff done faster? The same thing done faster than your opponent, and especially in ZVZ. So we'll see if this works out for Jaedong. Seems like he's in a pretty comfortable position right now. Both players' APMs well over 300. Efforts around 490 because he's an insane person. But yeah, these Lings, Jaedong's Ling is going to scat on in here, see exactly what's going on, and really no surprise at all, right? Ta-da! There's a Spire, there's the lair, there's your gas, and we head on home. Bunch of Lings out now for Jaedong, though. He made a bunch, but effort has a bunch out too, so I don't know who has the advantage here necessarily. Both sets of Lings, both groups of Lings are cruising around the map like crazy. Spire almost done. We're going to watch with bated breath. How many mutas can Jaedong make? It's going to be 5, possibly 6 when that Spire pops, and there's 3. Oh, he's a little supply blocked. Holy smokes. No, no, no. No, no, Jaedong. Don't be supply blocked at us. Oh, boy, he is. He's a little supply blocked here, and actually, effort, I think, did a better job with keeping his supply. No, kind of the same story here. Is he not making Overlords either? What is going on with Jaedong right now? Oh, boy. Maybe he is too focused on this Ling micro to pay attention to the fact that he is just about supply blocked. It's close. He's got enough for like 3 more mutas, but he can't make them because of the supply block. All right, so mutas are out. Jaedong heading on down to the south. And mutas are out as well for effort. Just a couple here. Not that many, but I think he might be okay. Muta's helping turn the tide there. Not enough. Jaedong loses his Lings on the ground just to superior numbers. It looked like there for a second, but then more Lings do end up showing up here. All right, so efforts mutas. He's got 3 of them. He didn't go crazy with muta. He's making 2 more. Maybe he is going crazy with muta. 4 of them out there now for Jaedong. And still at 25 total supply is effort. Looks like we did sneak an Overlord in. Jaedong did manage to get that supply up, continuing to make those expanding right now, which is pretty gutsy to do in a ZVZ when your opponent has a lot of Lings running around. But you know what? As I'm checking here, effort does not have that many Lings. He really doesn't. He's got like 1 running around right now. The rest of this red is just Overlords. And Jaedong looking good. looking really, really strong here. If he gets his expansion down, that's huge for his ability to win this game for sure. Scourge in production for Effort now. If you can get some good hits on the opposing Mutalisks with that, you're going to have a good time. But I'm surprised that Effort has basically just given up on having the Ling answer here. Jaedong has more. It's not a ton, but he's got a handful here, and Effort just doesn't have any at all. It's going to come down to Scourge hits, Mutalisk positioning here. Does Jaedong dare drone up a little bit on this natural? He's not making any workers right now. Effort's mutas are, they do find this base. How many mutas are here? It's going to be, and a Scourge, whatever. It's a lot. We're going to turn on health bars and try to see, based on the color there, who is winning here. It's very difficult, though. It looks like it's quite even now. 5-5. Who's going to win this battle, though? Another Mutalisk comes in out of Jaedong, and he does end up winning that. Wow, it was 5-5 for a second. The great control against those Scourge there, too. Bam! And that's all it takes. Jaedong gets the GG. One Mutalisk battle. One Muta battle there. He wins it. Effort doesn't have anything. Or what he has is just not enough. We're going to do the zoom into this position here now. Oh, that actually... Did that go backwards? No. Maybe it did. Maybe it did. But yeah, man. Look at this battle. All right. So we got to get this. So it's 6 red Mutalisks versus, oh boy, 8 green mutas at this stage. Yeah, I mean, it was even there for a second. It was 5-5, but then reinforcing mutas came in here for Jaedong. Did his Scourge get hits too? No, they just took out other Scourge. All right, so... Oh, this battle. There's so much APM here. 400 APM. But in the end... These are left. 6 mutas for Jaedong are left. Effort, as far as I can tell, doesn't have any. He's got some Scourge in production. He can make 2, maybe 3 mutas, but downhill from there, man. Our expansion already done for Jaedong. He has the higher muta count. He can keep pumping them to his heart's content. With additional gas income, he can even do more. Any attempt to expand is going to be really hard for Effort, and he tapped out. That's ZVZ, you guys. That's it. Comes down to one battle more often than not. And Jaedong wins it. He goes 2-0 in our little non-sneaky twofer here. And your ZVZ. So yeah, for those of you who wonder why doesn't Falcon cast more ZVZ, that's pretty much it. It's just, it's a lot of build up for like one battle and then you're done. If you can find me a crazy long ZVZ at the high level, I'd love to cast it. I'd love to see what that looks like. But it just feels like this is it more often than not. So great job by Jaedong. Way to take down Effort. Again, I feel like this is a recent game and where Effort has kind of overtaken Jaedong a little bit, just because again Jaedong is old for an esports player, not old in real life, but old for an esports player, and Effort is kind of up and young and up and coming and hungry, but he got the win today, so great job by him. And let's go ahead and check out this final score. I guess we didn't do it for the last one, but I think we know what we would have seen anyway. Yeah man, Jaedong killed 32 units. Lost 19. In a ZVZ, that's huge. That is a huge difference. And then just a little bit more gas mined, a little bit more minerals mined, and a little bit more spent. That's all it takes in a mirror matchup, especially in a ZVZ, is just to have a little bit more. And good control, and win a muta versus muta battle, and don't take any Scourge hits on your mutas. And that's it. You win. So good job, Jaedong, and that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered, a very special ZVZ edition. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me at Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.